Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 100 Baby Challenge series. Today, we are doing something that looks a little bit different, and that is we're actually going to be redoing this whole 100 Baby Challenge house. So, you know, sorry, I don't know why I started it like that, but we are redoing the 100 Baby Challenge house. I've wanted to do this for a while just because I feel like I kept expanding things, but then I wasn't really. Like changing anything, if that makes sense. So like I feel like everything, like I made this house when we had a lot less money and we had a lot less consistency from everything going on in the challenge. So I wanted to redo it, and I'm going to take you along on this journey with us, or with me I should say. And yeah, so first I wanted to make sure I had all the birth certificates, right? Like, I mean, mom has quite the accomplishment of, I think we're at 37 or 38 children now. Um, I'm 90% sure it's 38, but I have to double check because I told you guys I'm high key numerically dyslexic and I do tend to get things wrong. So I'm just going through right now and just deleting everything. Um, you know, I can't bulldoze the lot, one, because I want to keep our plants and everything that we had, just because that is a way we make money, and I don't want to lose that. So, anyway, I had a lot of trouble with. So, I didn't know what I wanted to do for the house, right? And then I kind of just did this. And I was just like, you know what? I think it would be kind of cool to have like container home essentially for the 100 Baby Challenge. I can make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I can make it look a little bit better than something that's just boxes. Like, at least I can pretend that it's a container home. I thought it would be a lot more fun, just things like that. So that's what I decided to do in this build. And I decided to make them like two different colors, and you'll see I thought I wanted like stone, and then I did it, and then once I put the lights down and stuff, I decided to change that because I hated the way it looked. Surprise, surprise to nobody. Um, but I did hate the way it looked. But yeah, so this is the thing. I'm not going to make this like the perfect model house and everything just because of the fact that this is a challenge. And it's not that I don't care. I guess it's just more so I have a goal and a purpose, and that purpose is to have 100 babies as fast as I possibly can. And I just wanted to essentially make sure that I can do that in the most effective way possible. And if that means, um, you know, doing container house instead. Also, I don't know why the roof was being like that. If it means doing a container house instead of, um, what do you call it? Sorry, I'm gonna figure out words, I promise. I'm a little, today's my day off, so my brain's a little bit not functioning. If that means doing a container house, so be it. But I'm going to make it look fun. I decided to change the fence because I decided to go with like a more of an eco lifestyle type thing. I do like the fence. The problem with the fence is that there is no like good door to have, or like opening gate is the word, that would go with it. So unfortunately, I will say the gate looks a little weird, but other than that, I actually really end up liking the way this house turned out. Again, it's just, I know it's a game and it doesn't, and I'm gonna play the way I want to play. However, I do want to, I don't know, I just want to make things enjoyable. Also, I decided, because it's a container house and because we have this like awkward space, instead of like making it a roof, I wanted to make it like a usable space because I thought it would be fun, especially for like the teens and stuff to hang out. I originally wanted a teen room, and you'll see because I end up changing the structure because I felt like I didn't have enough room, and then I feel like I had too much room. I think I just don't know how to utilize space well is my biggest problem. But you see here, this is a problem I have with the fence, is that there is no good, in my opinion, fence door. What do we call it? A gate. Oh, you guys, I'm sorry. I am not with it because, like, the problem is the fact that the fence is so tall. I might end up changing it. I don't change it by the end of the build, but I might end up changing it in general. Um, just because I would like to, but not the point, I think. Anyway, sorry, you guys, tired. What was I gonna say? Anyway, so I wanted to do like I had before, like all of those bathrooms and everything. I ended up changing the floor plan because I didn't love it with the stairs and everything I had going on. Um, just because I don't know. I just didn't like the way I thought I had too little space, and then I had too much space, but I also kind of had too little space. It's a whole thing. I don't know. I feel like boxes maybe aren't always the best solution, but originally I wanted to have a teen room, and then I wanted to have a like a kid room, but then I realized like honestly it's gonna be a lot more trouble than it's worth. And then this is when I realized I might not have enough room for a kitchen and a like living room. And then I also decided that the baby room should probably just like be closer to mom's room rather than like further away or like right next to it. So that's the biggest thing I also wanted to do in this house, was have a room that was specifically for just babies. And I wanted that because I wanted to have, you know, the babies not interfere, because sometimes like if mom is in there, like if mom is in her room and she's woohooing or something, the problem is the babies will start crying and then mom will be focused on them. And it's not to say that like I know they have like their automatic like interactions or whatever when the baby starts crying, but at least that way like nobody, like people can get to the babies is my point essentially. And it doesn't have to just be mom. So, and then I make it much smaller because I realize like it's not like an infant room, it's a baby room, and babies take up way less space. They literally are just in the crib in The Sims 4, so which is fine. I don't love infants. I know everybody was like really vying for infants at some point in time for some whatever reason. I'm not one of the people who was. I get why people want it, but again, sometimes I also play The Sims 4 because like I don't want to deal with my real life. So anyway, not the point. So upstairs is definitely, so I decided one room will be the skill room, and then another room will be I'm gonna think of it, you guys give me a second. Another room would be the teen room, Jesus, or like the older kid room. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Like words are high key evading me, and I'm sorry about that. So anyway, this is when I realized I don't love the floor. And I was like, okay, then I'll just put carpet in, you know, mom's room, in the kids' room, or in the baby room, and like in the rooms in general. Also, I just wanted this to be fun. Like, I know not everything is like aesthetically pleasing in this house, and I know I generally don't build aesthetically pleasing except that white shipping container home that I did build and I personally love very much. But I just was like, you know, this is what frustrated me. I don't know why that wasn't considered a room, but you know, this is still the gameplay I like to play, and I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. And you know, if you guys like it, cool. If you don't, cool too. You know, everybody has different opinions and different styles. So anyway, I wanted to make the skill room for sure, just because I wanted, you know, whether or not somebody was sleeping or whatever it might be, I wanted like a place for everybody, including mom, to like go build their skills or do whatever. And so I decided to do that. And then I didn't love the stairs. I didn't know what I wanted to do with them because I felt like they were too wide. I don't know. I felt like I was feeling a lot of feelings, and then I decided to get this big TV. I don't know why. And then I realized the walls were too short for me. I really didn't like the fact that I don't like short walls. The medium or tall walls are like my go-to in The Sims 4. Just because, I don't know, I feel so closed in, and I think that might have been my problem, and that might be why I thought I didn't have enough space, was because of the wall height. I think I'm just projecting, but who knows. Oh, this is also where I remembered I probably should move the new babies back in. And then I couldn't copy their crib, which was really weird. And then you see here, I just decided to start placing things. And then I was just like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I decided, oh, that's what I forgot. So I was like, why did I add this room here? And then I remembered that I had totally forgotten to put a toddler room. So I was super excited about my skill room and everything. And then I was like, oh my God, I forgot to put a room for the toddlers. So that was a lot of freaking fun because I was just like, huh, okay, that was a bad idea. Um, anyway, that was on me. Clearly, who else would it be on? And I was just like, crap, I totally forgot that the toddlers need a room. So there is that. And then I put it, because I was like, I know I'm forgetting something, and I just could not remember what. So there is that. And then I decided to finish doing this because I had started doing this. I think I genuinely have like some ADHD or something because my brain just cannot focus on one thing. Like even today I was changing the sheets and then I started fixing my bed. It was because I was changing the sheets in another room in my parents' house, and then I was fixing my bed. And then this is my problem, and I know little Simsy has touched on this, and she has a bigger platform than I do, so she definitely could reach more people, but she was like, we need more rugs in The Sims 4, and I'm like, truthfully, that's all I think about, because I use like the same 5 rugs, because not all rugs are good rugs in The Sims 4. That's like no shade, no tea to anybody, but I'm just like, no, really though, we need better rugs. I also decided, that I wasn't gonna build a house without a budget because I was just like, I don't want to like have to wait to move in. I just want it to be done. So that's what I did. But yeah, and then I forgot to put in the crib that I originally had gone to put in because then I forgot about the toddler room, which is real cute. And I decided to get Mom like a really nice bed just because I was just like, you know what? She sleeps so little most of the time anyway because she's always getting up for these stinky babies. So then I decided to get this because I wanted to fill the room with something. And I've been doing this a lot lately. Like I just like having a little vanity in there. I feel like it really makes a room like a room. So that's the thing I go back and forth with in The Sims 4 is like whether or not I want something to be super relatable or not. So it depends on the day, truthfully. Like tomorrow you could ask me and I'll be like, actually I don't think that's a good idea, but here we are. I also think Mom should definitely have access to the bathroom through her room. Like she shouldn't have to go in and out of doors. Like I never, like I think that's the stupidest thing and whatever I see it, but I know not everything can't always work like that in real life, but in The Sims 4 it can, so I'm just gonna do that. Okay, and then I decided this was the kitchen area, and the reason I made it big was because we have so many children that I put 2 tables, and you'll see in the second part. I also decided Mom needed to, again, direct access to the baby's room. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know. I think I was thinking about which to do next, and then I realized how much, I suppose I could shrink it a little bit. I might. I'm not 100% sure on what I, necessarily want to do, and I did get like a higher quality fridge and stove because of the fact that excuse me, I wanted to make sure that nobody dies, hopefully by a fire or something, from that, but and we never know, right? So, and then I did something I never do, and I put top cabinets because I did feel like everything was looking a little bare, which is very unlike me, but, you know, we do different things every day. Do something that scares you every day. I don't know, whatever that quote is. And then I forgot that I wanted to put windows, and then I put these windows downstairs, and I changed the windows for the upstairs, I believe. And I think you'll see that in the second part, if not towards the end of this video. But yeah, so I mean, it's not the best house ever built, but I do end up really liking the final build of this house just because I feel like it's different, yet it's also practical. And I know I built it on a huge lot, and intentionally I did build this house originally on a big lot because of the fact that I wanted to make sure that I was able to, what do you call it? Like have all the room that I wanted to do things, and I'm not putting a pool in. But thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.